Vegas.
What's up, man? You want to see some juggling?
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, I just learned it yesterday. Okay, it's super crazy. You gotta watch closely, all right? I call it left-handed juggling. Are you ready? Left-handed juggling. Here we go. Thank you. That's okay.
I can't even do that.
That's okay. How about 2 balls in my right hand? Hey, I've been doing that one since I was like 13 or 14. But I figured out if I juggled 2 in my left hand, it felt like somebody else was juggling them for me.
You like Tito's?
Go Busk yourself!
I wish it was all like that. It was more like this.
Hello. Is this little screen on? Can you tell me?
Yes.
And how stupid do I look? Okay, thank you. Have a good night. Gentlemen, are you ready for some crazy shit?
Oh yeah. Just go out here, bud. It's gonna be a lot of crazy shit.
Oh shit. Are you ready for some crazy juggling? No, me neither. Sick beard, man. Looks like you enjoy some juggling.
Can you juggle cards?
I can throw them, but no one wants those. I don't want them.
Cards?
No.
Oh, you don't have.
Thank you. And gentlemen, if you're not going to throw money in the hat, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. That means just as much to me. Here we are. Underleg looks like that. Here we go. Last one. Boom. Woo. Thank you. Getting to 1,000, baby. You're number 55. A long way to go, but we're getting there. Hell yeah. Hey, I appreciate you guys for watching.
Nice meeting you.
Have a good day. Take it easy.
So, with Spring Break Las Vegas, Nevada, a bust or a busk, I'll break into a couple of sections, busking on Fremont Street and busking on the Strip. I'll give you my answer, and I'll let you guys decide in the comments below. Stay tuned. Let's get to our pros for busking down on Fremont Street. So down on Fremont Street, there are little black busking circles. They're street performing circles that are designated there by the city so you can do your thing. In the city, you don't need a license for it, you don't need a permit or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. Pro number 2, people tip well. If you get people's attention, you get them to watch your show, 90 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever it is. The most consistent tip was $10 from each little crowd. So if you get 3 or 4 little families to watch your show, you know the average deal was 30 to 40 bucks because people are tipping pretty well down on Fremont Street. Pro number 3 for busking down on Fremont Street. It's a cool place to be. There's that cool little thing above you with all the cool different visuals and all the sounds going on. They're playing music. There was a couple live concerts the week I was there. I'm sure that's always going on. And there's just a lot of people, so that was really nice. Con number 1 for busking on Fremont Street, kind of the biggest buzzkill of the entire trip. I could not do my swords. I showed up on Fremont Street, I juggled for the first 10 minutes, did my whole act with the balls and then the swords. I made $30 in that first 2 minutes. I was on fire, people were loving it, and then those 3 cops showed up, and that's what's in the thumbnail. So that's kind of the biggest buzzkill. Con number 2 kind of ties in with pro number 1 is those busking circles, okay? So anyone can go in there and busk, right? So you have super high level dancers, you have some mediocre comedian jugglers in there, and sometimes you can have homeless people with a sign that says we'll dance for vodka and cigarettes, right? So you end up, performing in some unsavory conditions sometimes, and that's kind of a buzzkill. Finally, for Finally, con number 3 for busking down at Fremont Street was there's a ton of people down at night and they're all drunk and there's so much right? The sky is all lit up, super pretty, so many bars, there's so many girls walking around, everyone is looking at everything and talking super loud, the music's super loud. I didn't have my swords, I'm just a weird looking guy with 3 juggling balls, like, hey, you want to catch this? And yeah, so that didn't go so well for Fremont Street. Pro number 1 for busking down on the Strip. During the day, there's a perfect amount of people, right? It's not super packed, it's not super slow. There's a good amount of people. You stop crews at 5 or 6, you can stop them and do some juggling for them. So it's a good deal. Pro number 2, I didn't get stopped by security or cops one time. I asked a couple of security guards, hey, do you mind if I juggle or perform here? And none of them cared on the Strip. However, I did try to perform in the Caesar's Palace lobby, like right out front, outside in their little lobby in this little area where there's a ton of people walking by. It's a perfect spot. got halfway through a show and the security guard showed up and kicked me out. But I was compliant, and so there's no problems. He didn't even ask for my name or anything like that. I just got out of there. So that was nice. And the third pro for juggling on this trip, the scenery was awesome, right? I was juggling by the fake Eiffel Tower right in front of the Bellagio water towers, and the Bellagio water towers, and the Bellagio water towers. Con number one for juggling down the strip, there's way too many people at night, right? It's packed, it's dark, there's just groups of 50, 100 people walking by in these tight little sidewalks. There's so many lights up there to look at, they're just walking right by you. Nobody cares that you're juggling swords at all. Con number two was how large the strip was in general. I parked my car in a lot and then I had to walk, I don't know, 150,000 miles in the next 3 days to get to juggling spot to sample the area. So it's definitely a con. My f***ing ankles hurt. And con number three is at nighttime especially, all the lights, all the visuals, all the stuff to look at, the scenery around, you know, the clubs to go to, all of that stuff was definitely way more interesting than, you know, me juggling my 3 balls and 3 swords sometimes. So that was definitely a con for juggling on the strip. Vegas was definitely a bust, right? Didn't make near as much money as I should have. Had to walk 150,000 miles in the 3 days I was there to get from spot to spot. And I got kicked out and stopped by the cops 2 or 3 different times. Definitely a bust for me. Let me know in the comments down below if you thought so as well. Like and subscribe. And go ahead and busk yourself.
The first time I ever seen someone wiggle swords was in a hotel room on top of the ball. And he said, here, hit this. So I hit it. DMTs. First DMT ever in my whole life. I'm like 19 years old. He stands on the ball, red ball in front of me, in a hotel room with like the ceiling this high, and juggles 6 swords on top of the ball right in front of me. All the swords fly right by my face. And I just hit DMT and he's just like, no. It's like this little leprechaun man, you know what I mean? I remember his name, dude. I wish I could. He was the real deal, though.
That's
sure
wild.
You probably heard of him, because he was like big time, you know what I mean?
Oh,
and,
no.
like, we went and hung out with him. This was like 12 years ago, though. You know what I mean? This was quite a while ago.
Gotcha.
You filming? You didn't just record